Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow by Yuval Noah Harari is a bold book about where humanity may be heading next. It is organized into an opening chapter, 3 main parts, and 11 chapters that move from the past to possible futures. This book is for anyone who wants to understand technology, human progress, and the future of society in simple terms. It is especially valuable because it connects history, science, and big questions about life, death, and human purpose. Harari asks a powerful question. If humans have already reduced famine, plague, and war, what comes after survival? The answer, he says, may be a future where people chase immortality, happiness, and even godlike power. That is what makes this book so fascinating. It does not just look at what humans have achieved, it asks what humans may become next. In this video, we will cover the most essential ideas from the book and uncover the future Harari believes is already taking shape, from survival to a new human dream. For most of history, people lived with 3 huge fears: famine, plague, and war. These were once impossible to control, but Harari argues that modern society has pushed them back more than ever before. That change matters because it creates a new problem. If survival is no longer the only goal, then what should humanity want next? Harari says the new dream is not just to live, but to live forever, stay happy, and gain almost godlike abilities. He calls this the new human agenda. It begins with the belief that life itself is sacred, and that death is no longer a holy mystery, but a technical problem waiting for a solution. In other words, humans are starting to treat old age like a machine that can be repaired. Death is no longer sacred. Harari explains that modern science sees death very differently from ancient religions. In the past, many people believed death had deep spiritual meaning, but now it often looks like a medical failure. That is why so much effort is being poured into medicine, genetics, and biotechnology. Scientists and entrepreneurs are no longer only trying to cure disease. They are also trying to extend life, delay aging, and even defeat death itself. This is where the book becomes unsettling. Harari suggests that if we succeed in solving one life problem after another, we may never stop at normal health. The line between healing and upgrading may disappear, and humans may begin to redesign themselves step by step. Happiness, upgrades, and new gaps. The second great goal, according to Harari, is happiness. But he warns that happiness is not as simple as more money, more comfort, or more technology. He argues that human well-being is shaped by expectations and by biology. Even when life improves, people often want more, and that can leave them just as restless as before. Harari uses this to show why the chase for happiness may lead to drugs, brain stimulation, and other forms of biochemical control. Then comes the biggest risk: inequality. If technology upgrades only a small elite, society could split into enhanced people and ordinary people, creating a new divide far deeper than class or wealth. Harari warns that the future may not simply be smarter, it may be less equal. Data shapes tomorrow. Harari's final warning is about data and algorithms. He believes that as computers become more powerful, they may understand us better than we understand ourselves. That could shift power away from humans and toward systems that process data faster and more efficiently. This leads to dataism, a kind of new belief system in which information flow becomes the highest value. In that future, humans may no longer be the center of the world. We could become just one part of a larger network of machines, data, and intelligent systems. That is why Homo Deus is so memorable. It is not only a book about the future, it is a warning, a challenge, and a mirror held up to modern civilization. Read it or reflect on its lessons now, because the choices humanity makes today may define the species of tomorrow.